What up, McManusMMA Fam? So we got a little bit of a late card prediction here for UFC 321, which will be happening tomorrow morning, my time, 10 a.m. The prelims start tomorrow, and then the main card at 2. So a little bit of a late notice because I was studying for a midterm that I got absolutely demolished on today. So let's take that knowledge that I should have put towards my midterm and put it towards predicting this card. So starting with the prelims all the way down to the very bottom, we've got a WMMA fight here: Mizuki Inoue versus Jacqueline Amorim. Um, this is gonna be a barn burner alert. So I'm gonna lean towards Jacqueline on this one. I think that she just has more higher level experience. Um, Seeing as I don't know. She both these are nobodies. These are nobodies. Um, I don't know. I think that yeah, Jacqueline just has more UFC experience, I should say. She just has more high level experience. I don't think Mizuki could keep up, I guess, with how with her past opponents. So I'm going to be leaning heavily towards Jacqueline. I'm going to say probably by decision because maybe submission, maybe submission. I love fence sitting, picking how I think they're going to win. I as a big Japanese enjoyer myself, I'd like to see Mizuki win, but I'm leaning towards Jacqueline on this first prelim of the night on UFC 321 tomorrow at 10 a.m. So moving on, I got another pretty easy prediction here. This is gonna. I'm going Azamat on this one. I'm going Azamat. If we just take a look at their records, so Azamat's lost his last two by unanimous decision, and Mitch is also lost his last two on split decision. But if you take a look at Azamat's losses and stuff like that, his dude, I don't know. I just have this feeling that this is just gonna be like both these dudes aren't explosive like crazy flyweights where this is gonna be like, dude, the flyweight division is fucking insane, bro. You gotta watch this. This is gonna be one of the craziest fights ever. I don't think that's what it's gonna be. I think this is gonna be kind of a boring flyweight bout, unless they just decided that they wanted to lock in and just give us an absolute incredible prelim, like the stereotype of flyweights on prelims, just giving us like this absolutely berserk fight. Um, yeah, I'm leaning heavily towards Azamat. I think Azamat's gonna win this by, I'm gonna say, unanimous decision. I think he's gonna break his losing streak and he's gonna win this by unanimous decision. Um, that's my fence sitting take on this one. I think that Azamat is gonna take the dub here. I can't see Mitch Raposo taking the dub. Um, but then again, this isn't Abu Dhabi, so maybe he just gets fired up with that red, white, and blue blood and just decides that he's going to take the dub for his country, which would be powerful. That would be a powerful, powerful, powerful show of American spirit. Moving on, this one I'm excited for this one, but also really sad because I love Chris Barnett. Dude, if you're on YouTube Shorts, you know Chris Barnett is very popular over there, very very popular. But Chris Barnett's been in like this weird MMA like UFC limbo recently, where he hasn't fought since like I think damn near a year ago. Yeah, I think almost a year ago by the day. I think he fought what UFC 308 to Poirier Holloway, and that was in October of 24. So yeah, he hasn't fought in like over a year. He's been really inactive, and he's just had a spotty last couple fights, and I don't know. I think that Hamdulillah, I think is gonna win this one. It's a heavyweight bout, so I think that he's just gonna outblob Chris Barnett and just land like a majestic blob attack that just takes Chris Barnett out. Which I don't want to happen because I like Chris Barnett. He's fun. He's a fun guy. It's just like again, he's been so inactive for like a year. Damn, yeah, a year, and he's just got too much of a spotty record where he just couldn't really find his footing. So I can't with full confidence lean towards Chris Barnett. Excuse me. I have to just go to Alhamdulillah. I have to lean towards Alhamdulillah. I'm gonna go by KO. By just majestic blob attack. I think his majestic he's gonna out blob Chris Barnett and land a overhand right that just sinks Chris Barnett, and then it's gonna be like an early stoppage by the self-proclaimed the MMA guru self-proclaimed Down syndrome ref Dan Murigliata. So we'll see. Yeah, again, I'm going Hamdulillah on this one. I'm going Hamdi Abdulillah on this one for this early prelim. Moving on, Nathaniel Wood versus Jose Delgado. This one for me, I'm going Delgado. I'm going Delgado on this one based off of his last couple fights. I was in the building for 317 and his majestic KO against Amel. That was awesome. That was awesome. He's on a little bit. He's on quite a win streak. So I think with win streak plot armor against Nathaniel Wood, he's on a 2-fight win streak right now, and his last fight was in March. I think it was March. I think his last fight was in March. I think it was like what Leon Edwards fight night. Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. I think Brady versus Edwards. I think. I'm going Delgado. He's the younger fighter. He's on a win streak. He's coming off of an awesome knockout against another fighter. So I'm leaning towards Delgado on this one. I'm going to say Delgado by knockout just because I want to see that. I'm leaning towards Jose. I'm going all the way Delgado on this one. Also red, white, and blue. God bless America. I just think this one, this featherweight bout, I hope that this is an absolute scrap. I hope this is an absolute stereotype of, dude, the prelims, you've got to watch the prelims. You got to watch the early prelims featherweight bouts. They absolutely blast each other. That's what I'm hoping for. I hope Jose Delgado, knocks me out in the second round. That'd be awesome. So I'm going to fence sit this again and just say I'm going Delgado by knockout. I'm going Delgado by knockout. Next bout. Oh, we are all excited for this. Walter Walker versus Louis Sutherland. Not James Sutherland from Silent Hill 2, bro. Walter Walker, masterclass incoming, question mark. That is my prediction. Walter Walker, I'm going full confidence. Full confidence. Walter Walker by submission. I'm saying he's probably going to get a heel hook on Sutherland. Because, dude, Walter Walker was supposed to fight on UFC Rio, I believe, and that bout got canceled like day before. So, yeah, he just was unable to fight, and I think he probably had a little bit more time to train then, get ready. Bro, blokes, Louis Sutherland. This is his first fight in the UFC. Dude, he's getting heel hooked immediately by Walter Walker. Walter Walker is immediately heel hooking this guy, and he's getting submitted. Damn near round one, early round two. I think Walter Walker is easily winning this fight. This is an easy Walter Walker dub, unless somehow, dude, classic McManusMMA fence sitting. Louis Sutherland, brother, Louis Sutherland, he's absolutely crazy. If he somehow miraculously just I don't know, outblobs. No, Louis just looks like a blob. Louis is a blob. Walter Walker is just like a big guy. I'm going Walter Walker heel hook submission round 1.5. So round 2 for all you numbers guys out there. That's my prediction. I think this is going to be a Walter Walker masterclass incoming. Moving on, Ludovic Klein versus Mateus Rebecki. I don't know, man. I'm leaning towards Ludovic Klein. I think he just lost to Gamrot in I think May. Yeah, that was May. And before that he was on like a little bit of a win streak. So I want to say Ludovic Klein. I really do. But yeah, dude, I think I'm going Ludovic Klein on this one. I think I might go Klein by decision. I think it's gonna be a unanimous decision, Ludovic Klein. I think that's my prediction. Is the Ludovic Klein is gonna win this fight by unanimous decision after 3 rounds. Maybe he has a couple moments there where he's looking for a finish, but just isn't able to get it. But unfortunately, I don't know. Excuse me, I gotta drink my water. Yeah, dude, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say about this. I'm leaning towards Ludovic. My fence sitting, I'm leaning to the left on this one for Ludovic Klein. I'm leaning left. For Ludovic Klein against Mateus Rebecki on this lightweight bout tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna wake up for it. Yeah, I'm going Klein. I'm going Klein unanimous decision. That's my prediction. That's my not conkers observation hockey for this one. So moving on, this is an I think this is an easy one for me. I'm going Ikram against Ju Young Park. I'm going Ikram on this one. I'm going Ikram by KO. I'm going Ikram by KO on this one. I know that he got KO'd by Robert Whitaker, but that is not a bad loss, bro. Robert Whitaker, I know recently there's allegations that Robert Whitaker is washed after the absolutely abysmal performance of Reiner de Ritter this past weekend. And going back to that fight, people are saying Robert Whitaker's washed. I don't know, but I mean, getting knocked out by Robert Whitaker, we've all been there, bro. We've all been knocked out by Robert Whitaker. So I think that this is going to be an Ikram KO. I think Ikram's going to KO Ju Young Park on this fight. If not, it's going to be a split decision win. Ikram. I think Ikram's winning this fight no matter what. I think I'm very confident picking Ikram on this fight. Not to count Ju Young Park out, not to count him out. Again, here I'm sitting on the fence. Not to count Ju Young Park out, but I have more confidence in Ikram's recent resume and his performances in the last three fights, not counting the Robert Whitaker one because he got absolutely blasted. But just looking at those last three fights, I'm going Ikram on this fight. I just have to. I can't with like good conscience say that Ju Young Park is going to win this fight. So I'm getting Ikram by KO, or I'm going to go late split decision. Like it's going to be a late split decision where or not split decision. Yeah. I'm going split decision where you're like, I think he just did enough. Like the absolute masterclass performance that Cheeto Vera put on, bro. Wow, great Cheeto Vera moment. All right, moving on to the last prelim of the morning. We've got Nazarat versus Quillian. Quillian. I might be going, dude. This is a close one. I think this is gonna be this. I might go. This might be a. Should I say that this? I think this might be a boring fight. No. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna lean towards Nazarat on this one. I'm leaning towards Nazarat on this one. I think looking back, he's been in the UFC longer than Quillian has. Not to count out Quillian's fights in the UFC. Quillian's fights. Quillian's fights in the UFC. He had the Contender Series unanimous decision win, and then he had the unanimous decision on O'Malley Merab 2. So I think I'm going to lean towards Nazarat on this one because he's also on a little bit of a win streak. I think because he beat Ribovics, bro. He beat split decision Ribovics. I think that this is going to be another split decision win for Nazarat. I think this is going to be another split decision win for Nazarat. I think Quillian. I think this is going to be a closer fight than I'm thinking it's going to be. Even though Squilliam is a lot younger than Nazarat, I think that Nazarat's more long-term experience in the UFC sphere and that octagon is going to give him a little bit more of an edge against Squilliam. So I have to go. Squilliam is going to lose this fight by split decision. So Nazarat by split decision. That is my prediction. I think that this might be just an interesting fight. That's what that's what I'll say. Interesting fight incoming, guys. Another great take by me. Wow. So that's the prelims. So let's move immediately to the main card because we've got such a great main card here, guys. We got such great. Is this really it? This is really the entire main card, bro? All right. All right. So first fight of the main card, we have Rakic versus Azamat Murzakanov. This one I'm gonna go Azamat on as well. Azamat's on a nice win streak against Rakic, who is on a 3-fight losing streak against great opponents, against really high-level opponents. Blachowicz, Prohaska, Ankalaev, he lost to. He got killed by Prohaska. Prohaska killed him. So, I think that the plot armor of Azamat's win streak. I need to click on him so you guys can see the stats. I think the plot armor of the 15-0 Azamat coming into this fight against Rakic. I'm not putting Rakic down. I think that this is actually going to be like a really, really good fight. I think this is going to be really interesting, a really high level bout. This is going to be a close fight. Like this is one that I'm not like in full confidence like Azamat's going to win for sure. I'm not in full confidence saying that. I'm saying I'm just leaning more towards Azamat on this fight. I'm going to say that he's going to win this one by KO. I think Azamat's going to out-blob in the light heavyweight division Rakic. But I don't want to count Rakic out because he's also, I mean, dude, Rakic had to go to decision with Anthony Smith, bro. On paper, I absolutely win split decision. On paper, everybody should be knocking Anthony Smith out. Anthony Smith is a bum. Um, I'm leaning towards Azamat just based on recent resume, the win streak, plot armor, and Rakic's last 3 losses. Um, Even though those are really high level, like not bad losses. I mean they're when you're high up in the division, I would say those are bad losses. But it's like, you know, losing, getting KO TKO'd by Blachowicz, Prohaska. I feel like that's like a canon event for these light heavyweight guys. And then losing unanimous decision to Magomed Ankalaev, that guy's an absolute bum, bro. Absolute bum. So I'm going Azamat by KO, TKO. Yeah, that's my prediction. Is Azamat Mirzakhanov against Rakic. I'm going Azamat Mirzakhanov by KO, TKO on the first fight on the main card. Moving on. I'm honestly more excited for this heavyweight bout than I am for the main, like the title fight, the main fight. I'm honestly more excited for this fight. I think I'm more interested in the outcome of this fight than I am Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. I don't know, dude. This is a more interesting fight. You know, Volkov lost his last fight to Gane, split decision loss against Gane. That's interesting, and he was on a nice win streak before that. He submitted Tai Tuivasa, bro. That's sad, bro. I love Tai Tuivasa. But Jailton Almeida is also, like, he lost to Blades. That's not a bad loss. Losing to Curtis Blades in the heavyweight division, that's not a bad loss. That's not a bad loss. I love Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades rules. But then his last one against Spivak, dude, dude, this is hard, man. This is a tough fight to, like, for me to predict. So, like, I want to say Volkov is going to win this, like, coming off of a Cyril Gane, you know, split decision loss. That's Cyril Gane is fighting for the title right now, undeserved, but he's fighting for the title. So, but I think Jailton Almeida might be able to just, like, dude, I don't know, man. This is a really tough fight for me to predict. I might lean towards Almeida just slightly. I might slightly fence it again and lean towards Jailton Almeida on this fight. I'm so interested in the outcome of this fight. This is probably, in my opinion, the most exciting fight of the night. I'm more excited for the Volkov versus Almeida than I am for Aspinall versus Gane. So I'm leaning towards Almeida. How is he gonna win? Dude, if he can jump high enough to knock out Volkov, then I would say knock out. But I might, dude. Volkov is huge, dude. That dude's huge. And then I'm hearing people say that he's not actually 6'6", he's like 6'9". What? So I might go Almeida. I'm leaning Almeida just so slightly. Like, literally, if it's if 50-50 is in the middle, I'm going like 55-45. I'm leaning towards Almeida. This is just, I'm really excited for this fight. I think this is a super interesting fight. I'm really excited for this fight. I don't know what else to say other than I'm excited for this fight. I think this is going to be a really interesting, good fight. This is going to be a good fight. I got to move on to the absolute easiest prediction of my life. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Batista. I'm going to have to listen to John Anik on the mic go, people are really counting Mario Batista out. I think he's one of the greatest bantamweights in this division. He's one of the greatest bantamweight contenders. He's an absolute masterclass fighter. Don't count him out. For the first time in my entire life, I can say that I'm rooting for Umar Nurmagomedov. I think Umar's going to win this fight. If Umar loses this fight in like a crazy upset against Mario Batista, then, sorry pal, the Merab rematch is never happening, bro. Then Mario Batista is getting a title shot before you get a rematch, bro. Which Umar should be getting that rematch before Jan does, because we all know that Jan's going to get absolutely smashed by Merab. It's just one of those things. Same with this. I think Merab is just going to absolutely smash Batista. This is just going to be an Umar Nurmagomedov just absolute domination where he's just going to grab him and just hump him around on the ground. He's going to win by unanimous decision. That's what's going to happen. This is going to be a unanimous decision. Umar Nurmagomedov just dragging Mario Batista around the arena and laying on top of him and tapping his belly and giving him tickles. I mean, because dude, oh man, if you look at, and look at, look at Mario Batista's last win. He won a unanimous decision against Patchy Mix, bro. The parlay assassin himself, Patchy Mix, bro. I'm never rooting for Patchy Mix again in my entire life. So, yeah, I'm going easy Umar Nurmagomedov domination against Mario Batista. Um, I think that this is gonna be too easy of a fight for him. Um, you never know. This is a really powerful fight. Mario Batista, what a great fighter he is. I don't want to listen to John Anik talk shit on the mic like that. That's just gonna piss me off. So this is gonna be Umar. This is gonna be an Umar absolute mauling. Absolute Umar unanimous decision, easy W. Oh, incoming barn burner here. Incoming fight of the year contender. Mackenzie Dern versus a sea creature, bro. Verna Jandradoba versus Mackenzie Dern for this is the most undeserving title fight in a long while, bro. This is such an undeserving title fight. Both these chicks could never beat Zhang, so they're just like, just make them fight each other. Just make them fight each other for the vacant belt, bro. If Zhang was still there, you guys would never touch UFC gold in your entire life. So this is just kind of to me this is bum fights. This is a bum fight. This is a street beefs fight. Yes, their first fight was semi-entertaining. Yes, it was semi-entertaining. I can't say that like I hated that first fight. I did just rewatch it this morning. So yes, that fight is. Dude, I hope that this is entertaining. I hope this is entertaining and not just an absolute snooze fest. Mackenzie Dern, we've been watching a lot of tape on Mackenzie Dern recently. Wow, we've been watching a lot of tape on Mackenzie Dern. Now, so we've got female Rahul Rojas Jr. versus Mackenzie Dern. This is gonna be Mackenzie Dern. I think this is just an easy Mackenzie Dern W. I think that she's gonna absolutely win this fight. It's just gonna be another unanimous decision. I think it's just gonna be exactly the same as their first fight. It's gonna be exactly the same. I can't see it going any other way. I'm sorry, I just can't see Virna Jandradoba winning this belt, and I don't think the UFC wants that. I think Dana White would, his pink little head would be so pissed wrapping the belt around Jandradoba. He'd be pissed. He'd be so mad. How are they spelling her name on here? They have her name spelled differently on here than they do on ESPN that I have all my notes written from. That's so interesting. That's more interesting than this fight. Yeah, I'm going Mackenzie Dern by unanimous decision. I think that this is just going to be an absolute bond-burning fight. Wow, you've got to watch this co-main event. What a powerful co-main event. No, I'm not interested in this fight like at all. This is going to be a boring ass fight. If Zhang beats Shevchenko later in next month, then I mean I can see I can use my advanced observation hockey to see her coming back down and just beating one of these bums, whoever wins the vacant belt, and just going back up and dominating both divisions. Because I love Zhang Weili, she's awesome. These chicks, this is gonna be an absolute snooze fest, guys. This is gonna be a snooze fest. I think it's gonna be Mackenzie Dern unanimous decision. I can't see it any other way. This absolute sea creature, Jandradoba versus classic lesbian and WMMA fighter. So, moving on to the title fight of the night. Wow. I wonder who is going to win here. I wonder. The odds on FanDuel and whatever you're betting on should be minus 10 million Tom Aspinall by submission. However, seeing Tom Aspinall's shorts, the custom fight shorts that they made for him, that made me very upset. Those are absolutely horrible fight shorts, bro. Those are absolutely terrible. But if we're just thinking about this rationally, Tom Aspinall is winning this fight. I mean, I don't even need to make a video. You guys, everybody knows. People are already saying that he's 16-3. He's got one title defense already. The fight hasn't even happened. They're already counting Cyril Gane out, which I am too. So what has Cyril Gane been doing the last year? Nothing. He's been acting in Netflix movies and dilly-dallying away, doing absolute fuck all. Tom Aspinall has been training to fight John Jones. He thought he was going to fight John Jones. He's been training for that for a year. And then Craig Jones posted this morning that he was training with him. They were doing some rolling. Bro, come on. This is going to be an easy Tom Aspinall submission in the first round. This is going to be Tom Aspinall submission first round. Absolute domination. What's going to happen is Cyril Gane's going to overcommit on a hook or something, Tom Aspinall's speed just going to absolutely dust him. Easy takedown. Once they're on the ground, Tom wins. Tom wins. They go to the ground. Tom Aspinall is winning this fight. Not only is Cyril Gane French, but he's also dumb, which are hand in hand. I was watching the training videos they posted, like the tail of the tape of Aspinall and Gane, and hearing Gane's coach, somebody needs to seriously like put a muzzle on his coach. Every single thing that Gane does, he's like, "Wow, Cyril, that's such a powerful kick. Your kick's so powerful. I've never seen kicks like this. Cyril is coming into this fight completely different." That dude is a moron. That dude is an absolute moron. Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall is like, "You ever been taken down by an MMA fighter?" Yeah, Cyril Gane's about to. Cyril Gane does not deserve this title fight. I mean, then again, there's nobody in the heavyweight division that is like can stop Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is just gonna run through this entire division until Pereira comes and they fight in on the White House or, whatever super fight they give him. I don't know. I can't see Tom Aspinall losing this fight. I can't see it happening. So that's that. I mean, I think does every other competent MMA fan who's like paying attention to, I don't know, like common sense, like, yeah, Tom Aspinall's gonna win. Tom Aspinall's gonna win. This is an easy Tom Aspinall submission. Round one submission. That's my prediction. Tom Aspinall round one submission. I think it's gonna be a round one submission. He's too quick for Gane. I don't know, man. This is just gonna be an easy fight for Tom Aspinall. I mean, people are already they're already counting this as a title defense. It hasn't even happened. It's tomorrow. You know, so that's my prediction for UFC 321, guys. I'll be posting my video tomorrow, immediately following the fights, recapping everything, and seeing how well I did predicting everything. I'm gonna take a wild call here, and say that I'm gonna predict this perfectly. Base your parlays off of everything I just said. I gave you guys things that are definitely going to happen. So I'm very excited for a couple of these fights, and I'm not excited for a couple of them. But I will be watching all of it in the morning, sitting on the couch in the living room at 10 a.m. That's so early for me. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. So make sure to absolutely tell every single person you know. This channel, McManusMMA, is rapidly growing. Tons of people are talking about this all over the world. This channel is so powerful. So look forward to tomorrow's post, probably around 5, whenever the fights are over. Just look for it immediately after the fights. I'll be posting my immediate reaction following the fights. So look forward to that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.